sir, may I come?
Anirudha.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Please sit down.
Thank
Anirudha Pandey, come from Prayagraj.
Yes, sir.
You've done B.Tech from Motilal Nehru Institute,
Yes, sir.
and this is your third chance to be.
Fourth
chance.
chance.
This is the fourth
Yes.
chance. But did you ever appear for an interview?
No, sir.
You
It
haven't.
is my first time.
What is your preparation level at this time? How are you feeling?
Sir, I'm feeling fine. Means
Confident?
Yes,
Are
sir.
you nervous?
Yes, sir. Optimistic about.
How many mocks you done before?
Sir, I have done 4 to 5 mocks. Sir.
This year?
Yes, sir. This.
Previous years also?
No, sir. This year. This.
Anirudh, tell us something about G20 countries. Which are the G20 countries?
Sir, the G20 countries are USA, Canada, and Brazil, and then there is in Europe there is UK, Germany, Italy, and UK, Germany, Italy, France, and then in West Asia we have Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and China, Japan, India, Indonesia, and South Africa. These are the countries that
You missed out. You see, geographically, America you was talking about. Which
Yes.
countries in America?
Sir, in North America, I think I missed out Mexico and Argentina also.
Correct.
Yes,
So there are 5 countries from
yes, sir.
American continents.
Yes.
Right. Now Europe,
Sir, in Europe, I think Italy, Germany, France, and UK, and EU as a whole is also there. And then in Africa, I think only South Africa is there, and in
West Asia you mentioned Turkey and
yes,
Saudi
sir.
Arabia.
Yes, sir.
Asia and South Asia?
In South Asia, only India is a member, sir. And in Asia, apart from India, China, South Korea, and Japan, and I think Australia. And
Another countries there between India and Australia,
Indonesia, sir.
Indonesia. Okay. At the moment, there is recently the Prime Minister, while talking about G20, mentioned something about E20.
E20, sir.
Yeah. What is E20?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware about it, sir.
E stands for ethanol.
Yes, sir.
Would that remind you? Or
Yes, sir. E20 is 20% ethanol blended petrol, sir. So means.
What is the news about that?
Sir,
And what is the purpose and what are the objectives?
Sir, the purpose is to blend more and more ethanol into the petrol which India is consuming, so that import dependence is reduced and our targets, the Panchamrit targets for climate means eco-friendly development are achieved, sir. So for that we are pursuing.
So what are the targets? By we are supposed to complete it by what date and what happened?
Sir, I am not exactly sure, but I think it is E20 by 2025, sir. But I am not sure about it, sir. Exact years.
What is our GDP at the moment?
Sir, at the moment it is around $3 trillion, and in the gross GDP, nominal GDP means is in rupees it is 258 lakh crores.
The government's objective is to reach $5 trillion.
Yes, sir.
Now, how do we reach from 3 to 5?
Sir,
If the growth rate is only 5 to 6%.
Sir, for that a higher growth rate is required, sir. C. Rangarajan sir has estimated around 8 to 9% GDP growth rate is required to achieve the target by 2025. And to do that, sir, one of the things that the experts have suggested is to ramp up the capital expenditure, because that helps crowd in the private investment as well.
Today we are into 23.
Yes, sir.
You're talking about 25 and we'll reach 5 trillion from 3 trillion.
Yes, sir.
What is the arithmetical formula by which you can reach there?
Sir,
If you have 8% growth also,
yes, sir.
3 trillion means you'll only add 240 billion in 1 year.
Yes, sir.
Or maybe 260 billion in the next year.
Yes, sir.
So you will become barely 3.5 trillion. Where is the question of 5 trillion?
Yes, sir. It will take more time, sir. Means the estimate I suggested was made a few years back.
So this may take another 5 to 7, 10 years.
Yes, sir. Depending on the GDP growth rate, it might.
How do you calculate?
Sir,
Was my calculation right?
yes, sir. Your calculations are correct, sir. If it is 8% means
It is not.
in 100. Yes, sir.
My calculation was not right.
Yes, sir.
When you see the overall GDP
Yes, sir.
reaching 5 trillion,
Yes.
the growth rate has to be calculated on the basis of nominal growth rate, not
Yes.
actual growth rate.
Yes, sir. After incorporating inflation.
Inflation.
Yes.
So if inflation is included
Yes.
in the growth, then the increase would be 16%,
Yes. Sir.
15 to 16%.
Yes, sir.
That means you will be adding 500 billion approximately each year.
Yes, sir.
So maybe not 25, maybe 27 you will reach.
Yes, sir.
So the calculation is the base of nominal. And what is purchasing power parity?
Sir, purchasing power parity is measuring GDP in terms of means the ability to buy goods with respect from domestic currency, as many goods would be brought from $1. That is.
What is our ranking on that scale?
Sir, it is third in the world, sir, behind China and USA. Yes, sir.
Who's number one?
Sir, I think it is China, sir.
Okay. Recently, the Adani Group companies have been in the news.
Yes, sir.
You are asked to stand on the stage and tell us something about Adani Group companies.
Yes, sir.
What is their business?
Yes, sir.
What is their size? What are the controversies?
Yes, sir.
And what is the present state?
Sir, so Adani conglomerate is a diverse, means they have diverse business ranging from infrastructure to green energy to edible oils to aerospace and defense manufacturing. So their business is diverse.
Let us start from the time they were born.
Sorry, sir.
From the time they were born, what was the first, where did they start?
Sir, that I'm not exactly aware about, sir, but I think it was in edible oil business. I think they started from there, sir. And today it is one of the biggest conglomerates in Asia, sir. Mr. Gautam Adani was the third richest man in the world.
No, just tell me the companies that they run. What businesses they are running?
Sir, so these are the businesses that.
What is the number one business they have?
Sir, the number one business is infrastructure, sir. Ports and airports. And
which ports they own?
sir, I believe Mundra Port and in Gujarat, and sir, I'm not exactly sure about others, sir.
Airports?
Sir, airports, they have bid for many airports, sir, and means recently they also acquired airports in, I think, Bangalore and Mumbai. Sir, I'm not exactly sure, sir.
What else? Anything abroad?
Yes, sir. They are Adani Group is working abroad in Sri Lanka. They have the firstly West Container Terminal and now East Container Terminal. And in Myanmar also they have means they were working on ports and infrastructure projects which were means put on hold after the junta came to power, sir, and the West imposed sanctions.
What else?
So this is
Australia. Do they have anything in Australia?
Sir, I'm not exactly aware about it.
Do they have anything in West Asia?
Sir, in West, I'm not aware about it, sir. So,
This is the newspaper, but I'm asking is totally based on newspapers.
yes, sir.
Do you read newspapers regularly?
Yes, sir, I read daily, sir. This, I might have missed it, sir.
3 days back, Gautam Adani was on the front pages
Yes,
along with the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu,
yes,
inaugurating or laying the foundation of a port in Israel.
yes, sir. Yes,
Did
sir.
you read that?
Sir, now it came to my mind, sir, that the port, I do not remember, I think it was Haifa port, but
Yes, the Haifa port. Right?
yes, sir.
And you follow cricket?
Yes, sir, I follow it reasonably. Yes,
The Australian cricket captain, former Stephen Waugh,
yes,
was in India canvassing against Adani's,
yes.
some project in Australia.
Yes, sir.
You remember that?
No, sir, I not.
Adani is a coal mine in Australia.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir, for.
And lots of people are opposing it
Yes, sir.
because it will cause pollution.
Yes, sir.
But the coal mines are working
Yes.
and they are exporting oil, coal to India
Yes.
and rest of the world. Did you read the recent budget?
Yes, sir. I have read the recent budget.
What is the overall total expenditure provided in the budget and what is the income?
Sir, the expenditure is around 45 lakh crores and the income is around 27 lakh crores, sir. And the rest of it is financed through debts, sir. Means borrowing.
You sure?
Sir, 45 lakh crores I am.
That is correct.
Yes, sir.
Even 27 lakh is correct.
Yes, sir.
But the rest will be financed by debt. That is not correct.
It might be wrong, sir. I have limited.
What is the defense budget?
So defense budget is 5.94 lakh crores, sir.
What are the changes in the income tax slabs?
Sir, in income tax slabs now the simplification of tax slabs has taken place and up till 7 lakh in annual income there is no, means zero income tax, sir. And I think the maximum tax has been reduced from 42 to 37%, sir.
39, not 37.
Yes.
Don't guess on these things. Be
Yes.
exact.
Yes, sir.
So if my income is 8 lakh rupees a year,
Yes.
how much tax I pay?
Sir, I'm not exactly sure, sir, about it.
Okay. Tell me something about Pakistan. What is the population of Pakistan?
Sir, the population of Pakistan is around 24-25 crores, if I means.
Okay. What are the main problems?
Sir, the main problem, currently they are facing economic crisis, sir. The inflation is at, I think, 25% and the forex reserves are only $5 billion. And
It's less than $1 billion. When did you last read the papers?
Sir, I might be wrong about
No,
it.
don't be outdated now. You come for an
Yes.
interview.
Yes, sir.
You know, if not yesterday, day before news at least.
Yes.
$5 billion they had about 1 month back.
Yes.
Okay.
And sir, this is the economic crisis they are facing. Then there is political instability because of there are two parties who have roughly equal seats in the parliament. So and the election is also coming in after August. So there is political instability there. Imran Khan's party is trying to regain power, and there is the involvement of the military in the politics. And after political and economic instability, they are also facing security threat because of the rise of Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, sir.
What are the objectives of Tehreek-e-Taliban?
Sir, the exact objectives are to the northwestern frontier province, which they believe should be incorporated into the Afghan territory, sir. They want expansion.
But they are Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Why would they like it to be merged with Afghanistan?
Sir, from my limited knowledge, sir, it is because of the ideological similarity between Tehreek-e-Taliban and the Taliban regime in Kabul, and as well as the historical, sir, the boundary is based on Durand line, so it is an artificial boundary, sir. So historically that area has been integrated, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Anirudha.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anirudha,
Yes.
you have chosen political science and international relations as your optional.
Yes, sir.
So let me ask you a few questions from that area.
Yes, sir.
What do you understand by the concept of sovereignty and territorial integrity?
Sir, sovereignty and territorial integrity implies absolute authority, and the state has full control on the internal affairs as well as freedom to decide its external affairs.
Is sovereignty as
Yes.
absolute authority
Yes.
within your own territorial areas? Does it exist in reality internationally?
Sir, the pluralist concept says that in the modern times, absolute authority is not possible. Moreover, in democracy, people have greater rights, as well as there are multiple institutions which also exercise authority, sir.
I'm talking about internationally.
Yes.
Internally, I agree. Democracy, people have
Yes.
rights. You don't have
Yes.
absolute. But internationally,
Yes.
like between the USA and India,
Yes, sir.
or say India and China,
Yes, sir.
can we say that one or the other
Yes.
has an absolute authority in their own areas?
Sir, I believe that international organizations such as the UN and international law imposes some obligations which restricts absolute authority, sir.
Example?
Sir, example is UNCLO, UN clause, sir, because China is claiming authority over South China Sea, but UN clause says that beyond 12 nautical miles, it is international waters.
What about Vienna Conventions
Sir,
in terms of consular affairs,
sir, sorry, sir, I'm not aware.
extraditions?
Yes, sir, extraditions are there, sir.
Okay. Then, how does this idea of sovereignty
Yes, sir.
work against the emphasis on globalizing world? We are talking about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam.
Yes, sir.
We are talking about a globalization.
Yes.
We are talking about the countries working with each other.
Yes, sir.
So, don't you think this idea of sovereignty is actually antiquated?
Sir, I believe that globalization and sovereignty can be reconciled, sir. I think that globalization can be state-led, as is also believed by the realists. Like the current model of globalization has been made possible at least partly because of the unipolar movement and the role of USA, sir.
What is the current model of globalization?
Sir, means it is the neoliberal democracy, neoliberal globalization, sir, and which foundation were laid by USA, sir, after the end of Cold War.
Can you explain a bit more of what you said?
Sir, in the current model of globalization, sir, free trade and free flow of technology is there, sir. So these are basically based on neoliberal ideas, sir, of F.A. Hayek or
Okay. Yeah.
and these ideas were proposed on international stage by USA and Europe, sir.
But if that is the case,
Yes, sir.
then how does the US limit export of its own technology?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember that we recently had a meeting? Ajit Doval had gone to the USA. What was that meeting about?
Yes, sir. NSA had gone there, sir, and it was
Meeting of what?
sir, meeting. Yes, sir. Critical and emerging technologies, sir. It was related to
Initiatives. That
Yes,
is
sir.
what
Yes,
initiative
IC.
for critical and emerging technologies.
Yes. So that is for co-development and co-production of critical technologies, sir, like semiconductors or 5G or others.
Okay. So globalization, does it work? Is it a valid idea?
Yes, sir. I believe that globalization works, sir, and it has led to means in India also it has led to enormous growth, sir. In China also it has led to unprecedented levels of growth, and
Globalization.
yes, sir. Globalization has fueled the export-oriented economies of China, as well as the IT sector in India, which outsources work to USA, to Europe, sir. All of this has been possible because of globalization.
In which case, my argument is that globalization actually helps China,
Yes.
and then China uses that to basically attack India.
Sir, I believe that globalization has opened the stage. There is enormous competition, sir. China was an early mover, and it has reaped more benefits of globalization.
Okay. Have you heard of Atlantic Charter?
Sir, Atlantic Charter, I am not able to completely recall. I think it was between UK and USA during the World War II, sir. Means after World War.
But you don't know
Cold-
what it did, what it was about.
No, sir, I'm not exactly sure, sir.
You are not sure about this. How was the UN established, United Nations?
Sir, United Nations were established after 1945, the end of World War II, to prevent such wars in the future and uphold human rights, sir. I think
But-
Atlantic Charter might be related to that.
So try to remember. You need to be prodded really.
Yes.
Okay. What Turkey and Syria
Yes, sir.
earthquake.
Yes, sir.
Even though large number of people have died in Turkey
Yes,
and a large amount of humanitarian assistance is going to Turkey,
yes, sir.
why has the assistance not reached Syria so far?
Sir, assistance, sir, because of,
Humanitarian assistance.
sir, because of the political situation over there, as well as infrastructural constraints, sir, and the supply chains.
What is the political situation?
So the ISIS and the Kurdish militant organizations are active in that part of Syria, sir. So the security is not good enough for the funneling of aid to that region. So that is my limited understanding on that.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Anirudh,
Yes, sir.
you are from Bundelkhand region of from UP.
Yes, sir.
Let us talk about UP reorganization.
Yes.
Will it lead to better development or
Yes.
what do you think?
Sir, I believe that the current framework is much better because it can lead to more balanced regional development, sir. By diverting resources from the developed, the revenue, most of the revenue that UP government earns is from Western UP, sir. But for balanced regional development, a lot of it is redirected towards lesser developed parts such as the Terai region or the Bundelkhand region or Eastern UP, sir. For example, the Gorakhpur Expressway, sir, the Purvanchal Expressway or the Sharda Canal. These were built based on the revenues earned from Western UP, sir. So I believe for balanced regional development, the current model works much better, sir.
If that is so, Uttarakhand need not be, Jharkhand need not be reorganized.
Yes.
Puducherry should not be made as a state.
Yes.
There can be argument
Yes.
for smaller states,
Yes.
better representation of
Yes.
the people. Andhra was divided. Maharashtra also there is demand.
Yes.
What do you think? Reorganization is not a good idea?
Sir, I believe that it should be done on a case-to-case basis, sir.
Okay. Do you think all the states we reorganized, they failed economically?
No, sir. Most of them have been successful, sir.
So, Bundelkhand is
Yes, sir.
not developed.
Yes, sir.
That is the reason why it should go for. Don't you think so?
Yes, sir. Sir, what my personal opinion is that like Jharkhand or Chhattisgarh, sir, they had enormous revenues from mining, sir, and lesser population as compared to the parent state, sir. So in such areas, reorganization has worked much better, sir.
So, let us make a development plan for Bundelkhand as a district magistrate.
Yes.
What are your issues you will flag?
Sir, in Bundelkhand region, the first issue is of water, sir, water scarcity. For that, rainwater harvesting and regeneration of the local water bodies, sir, that is one of the issues. Secondly, the infrastructural constraints are there, sir. The roads and the railway connectivity is not well developed to attract investment in that region, sir. And thirdly, there is in agriculture, sir, canals cannot be built in Bundelkhand region because of the hard rocks which are there, sir. So we need to devise like micro irrigation projects or sprinkler irrigation, sir. Such initiatives need to be taken, sir.
Okay. As an engineer,
Yes.
You are a civil engineer.
Yes, sir.
How green building can be an idea
Yes.
to get away from pollution and energy conservation and all?
So,
How do we make green buildings?
sir, green buildings are basically more energy efficient, sir. For that, the process of making green buildings start from the construction phase itself, sir. The materials which we use are more eco-friendly, like use of fly ash instead of normal conventional bricks, and other such measures which are more eco-friendly. And after the construction of buildings, sir, how it operates, how it means installation of solar and solar panels, so that some of the energy that it consumes is generated within the building itself, sir. So these are the measures which are.
And how water management in green building? Water is
Yes,
important.
sir. So for water, we use rooftop rainwater harvesting is one of the measures that are used.
How recycling can be done?
Sir,
Is thought of?
sir, in green building.
Yeah. Green recycling is required or not?
Yes, sir. Of the waste that is generated, sir, I'm not.
Okay, and okay, that is okay. You should. Bundel, you are an eco-tourist advocate.
Yes, sir.
If that is so, let us make Bundelkhand an eco-tourist destination.
Yes,
How
sir.
do you prepare a plan?
Sir, for that, to promote ecotourism, firstly we need to create a market, sir. For that, advertisement campaigns and marketing and branding of the region is required, sir. And second,
How do you brand Bundelkhand?
sir, it can be,
What should be the slogan?
sir, for Bundelkhand,
Any appropriate slogan for that?
sir,
Like goat zone country. So
Yes.
many slogans are coming now for
Yes.
different states.
sir, it can be bullish Bundelkhand, means bullish looking upwards. or-
Okay, go ahead. Ecotourism.
Sir, so for that we need to promote rural tourism products in ecotourism in Bundelkhand region, sir. Apart from rural tourism products,
What are the products you have in mind?
Sir, the products such as the use of moonj, sir. Moonj products means the local grasses. There are various handicrafts which are made from that, sir.
Okay.
Such products can be promoted. And apart from that, sir, we also need to train the locals as guides, as trekking guides, and make them aware of their own cultural heritage, such as the Khajuraho temple, sir, so that they can promote the culture to the tourists which are coming, sir.
Why Khajuraho temple, despite having such a classic temple architecture,
Yes, sir.
it is not encouraging tourism?
Yes, sir. I believe that means better management and better branding can help. Moreover, we need better connectivity to Khajuraho, sir. Reaching Khajuraho from major means tourist destinations as well as major international airports. These are some of the measures which can be taken, sir.
Is there anything that disturbs you as a conservative Indian in Khajuraho temple's architecture or depictions or anything?
Sir, it has erotic depictions, sir.
So you are disturbed?
Sir, not particularly disturbed, but because of the culture of that time, it was promoted, and I think it's from
It's a good idea to have such wonderful carvings.
Sir, I believe that it might not be such a good idea.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of having such carvings?
Sir, the disadvantages, if I might discuss first, sir, is that it is not very good for the children.
So children are using iPhone and all cell phones.
Yes.
They access more than Khajuraho.
Yes, sir.
So what is wrong in it?
Sir, so means if it was built.
What is the relevance of such depiction?
Sir.
In any time?
Yes, sir.
What is the cultural
Yes, sir.
contribution of Khajuraho temples for modern India or ancient India?
Sir, these were one of the biggest temples and one of the grandest temples built, sir. Moreover, they are a unique example of Nagar style, sir. Nagar style.
I am asking cultural contribution, cultural characteristic. What does it contribute for India's legacy? That is the last question.
Sir, it has. Sir, I might not be able to answer it very well, sir. But
does it provide, say, education for better man-woman relationship or better marital relationship? Does it give some kind of orientation to man-woman, educate them? Something which is not otherwise
Yes, sir.
hidden from the people?
Yes, sir. Means it focuses on intimacy, and that is, sir.
Intimacy has no importance in life?
Sir, it has.
Yesterday was Valentine's Day. Why Indian people,
Yes.
crime comes so much in India?
So, sorry, sir.
Crime in Delhi
Yes.
and Uttar Pradesh
Yes, sir.
increasing.
Yes, sir.
NCRB
7% increase.
Why so?
Sir, because of the reasons behind increasing crime is firstly, sir, poverty and lack of, means that secondly there is
Poverty doesn't say that a crime against women.
Yes, sir.
I am talking about Khajuraho and crime against women. Is there any link?
Sir, any specific link? Sorry, sir, it is not coming to my mind, sir.
Do you think sex education is required?
Yes, sir, I believe that sex education is required, sir.
Do you think man and woman should behave in a civilized, refined way?
Yes,
And it
sir.
should be told to the children?
Yes, sir. If it is inculcated from the beginning, sir, I believe.
Now my last question,
Yes.
does Khajuraho serve that purpose?
Sir, it might have served, sir.
It might have, you say yes or no.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Anirudha,
Yes, sir.
you have mentioned ecotourism as your hobby.
Yes, sir.
Anirudha, what do you mean by ecotourism?
Sir, ecotourism is basically visiting areas closer to nature in an ecologically and economically sustainable
So,
manner.
if you visit any town like Nainital or Shimla,
Yes, sir.
a tourist goes to Shimla town,
Yes, sir.
is it ecotourism?
Sir, it is ecotourism depending on what activities he undertakes at that place, sir.
Say,
If he undertakes eco-friendly activities, sir, such as trekking in the mountains or rafting in a river, sir, and does not stay.
He does not go anywhere. He goes to Shimla, stays in a hotel, roams in the market,
Yes, sir.
and comes back. So, is it a ecotourism?
No, sir. Then it is not exactly ecotourism, sir.
So, you mean to say there are no components attached to that person as far as ecotourism is concerned?
Yes, sir. Because ecotourism means
You have to have certain mountains or something like that.
yes, sir. Closer to nature, sir.
Closer to nature. So if he is in a hotel, he is not closer to nature.
Sir, not as much as he will be when he is climbing a mountain.
Not as much as.
Yes.
What is the Lakshman Rekha?
Sir, so the Lakshman Rekha is the amount of harm he is doing to the environment. Sir, living in a hotel implies construction of concrete structures on the mountain, sir. So that might be beyond the carrying capacity of the mountain. sir.
Suppose a tourist goes there in a hotel with a plastic bag. Another person goes with a jute bag.
Yes, sir.
So the person going with the jute bag is a eco-tourist or not?
Sir, he is partly an eco-tourist.
Partly eco-tourist. Okay. Acha, tell me something about, recently we are talking a lot about astrotourism. What is astrotourism?
Sir, astrotourism is going to places from where we can gaze the stars, sir. It is about stargazing, observing the universe with the help of telescopes, sir. Prominent sites in India include Ladakh, sir, and Kerala, Rajasthan.
Where Ladakh?
Sir, in Ladakh there is Hanle Observatory, sir. So area around that region and exactly other areas like Pangong.
Hanle was in news recently. Why it is in news? Why it was in news?
Sir, Hanle, I know only the observatory there.
You
is,
know
sir.
only the observatory.
Yes.
But is there government and something? The government of Ladakh, Union Territory of Ladakh, and government of India, have they come out with something different there at Hanle? Have you heard something about this night sky reserve?
Yes, sir. That is related to astro.
What is that?
Sir, to observe the night sky, sir.
No. What? No, they have notified something over there, na?
Sir, that
You don't know about it. Okay. Now we come down to UP.
Yes, sir.
UP, you are from Prayagraj.
Yes, sir.
It was earlier known as Allahabad.
Yes, sir.
Name has been changed.
Yes, sir.
Other names are being considered or something like
Yes,
that. A
sir.
lot of names already been changed.
Yes, sir.
Do you support this name changing idea?
Sir, I believe that it should be done on a case-to-case basis, sir. In Prayagraj, I am in support of the name change, sir, because it reflects the aspirations of the people, and moreover, sir, it reflects a greater portion of the history.
Okay, where do you not support the name changing?
Sir, not any specific name changes till now, but on a future basis, maybe if it occurs, sir. I'm
If it
not
occurs.
against any of the names that have been changed.
Why the
till now.
name are being changed?
Sir, there might be political reasons and there might be cultural reasons, sir.
Culturally, what cultural reason? What are the cultural reasons?
Sir, the cultural reasons are that the most of the names that are being adopted, sir, reflect a larger portion of India's history, sir.
Okay. What do you, Anirudh, you tell me something about cultural nationalism. What is cultural nationalism?
Sir, cultural nationalism is a philosophy of nationalism which links culture to the nation, sir, and it means tries to ensure that the cultural homogeneity is there in the nation, sir,
Cultural homogeneity.
or the respect for, yes, sir, and respect for various cultures, means coexistence basically of various cultures.
That is cultural nationalism.
Yes, sir, that is my limited knowledge.
That is your limited knowledge. Okay, this last question I am asking you about this Republic Day.
Yes.
This Egyptian president Al-Sisi, he had visited India,
Yes.
no?
Yes, sir.
And after that, India and Egypt, they came up with some sort of agreement,
Yes, sir.
important agreement. Have you heard about it?
Sir, I know the agreement related to wheat, but
Something about special economic zone.
sir, no, sir.
You have not heard about it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Anirudh,
Yes.
wait for a minute, we'll call you back for the
Thanks. Thanks. Thanks.